The official Samson trailer is here. Plus, I've got some movies that are out on digital this week. Plus, I've got that sweet, sweet Christian Cinema pick of the week to tell you all about right here on Christian Cinema Weekly. The Samson trailer is out. That's right, the biblical epic that's coming out by PureFlix released its first full-length trailer, and it reveals a little more about the film. We see a few more action shots, we get some dialogue finally, plus we get a look at the ancient world that this film is building. Now, the film is set to come out February 16th, but I have been given a special invitation to come see the film this Thursday, which I'm super excited about, and I am excited to see what this film is really gonna be like. So my plan is to go see the movie, then come back and put together my very first official Christian Cinema movie review. So check back right here on the Facebook page or on the YouTube channel, unless of course they put an embargo on the film, which is something that they have done in the past, but hopefully they won't do this time. Either way, I'll let you guys know what I think of the movie coming up later on this week. I'll tell you what, there are a bunch of faith-based films that are coming out this year in cinemas. I can't even list all of them. See, we've got God's Not Dead, A Light in the Darkness, Samson, and then another one that I'm pretty pumped to see how it turns out is the movie I Can Only Imagine, which is based on the hit, extremely big song by Mercy Me. It comes out in March, and we don't know a ton about the film just yet, other than a trailer has come out. However, what we do know is that it is directed by the Irwin brothers, Andrew and John. You might remember these two guys from their previous film, the Tony Nathan football biopic, Woodlawn. And oh well, would you look at that? That movie is available right now on ChristianCinema.com. So if you're in the mood for a Irwin brothers film, then please go check that one out. It's a pretty fascinating film about a legendary football player. And now that I bring it up, maybe I should talk about what's out this week on digital. First, we got the documentary Ted DiBiase, The Price of Fame. Do you guys remember the WWF star, the $1 Million Man? That's my best impersonation. And the $1 Million Man's character was that he was a total jerk. He was like the richest guy. He'd do all these terrible things. He'd buy people off. Oftentimes it was like him being mean to kids. Well, that may have been his character on the WWF, but who he was in real life wasn't that much better of a guy. And this is a documentary that explores his story, his rise to fame, his family struggles. It's a story about a guy who thought he could buy anything he wanted until he discovered the one thing that he needed. Go check it out if you're interested in a fascinating and inspiring story. Also out this week is a film called Undeserved. This is an award-winning film about a teenage girl who struggles with one of the hardest lives that you can imagine, and a mentor, Jamie, who tries to save her. But along the way, Jamie realizes that in order to rescue this girl, she has to save herself first. And finally out on digital this week, Undaunted, the early life of Josh McDowell. This is the true story of the author of Evidence That Demands a Verdict. His story is a really interesting one. Struggling with an alcoholic and abusive father, he eventually set out to prove that Jesus Christ never even existed. But he ended up on a journey that brought him face to face with God's love and his transforming power. And of course, all of these that are out this week you can check out on ChristianCinema.com. All right, everybody, it is time, finally, for this week's Christian Cinema Pick of the Week. This is one that I'm really honored to tell you all about. I genuinely recommend everybody go check out this film. It's called The Dropbox, not about a file sharing service. No, it is a much more important film than that. You may not know this, but there are hundreds of children and babies that are abandoned on the streets of Seoul, Korea every single year. The Dropbox is the story of one man who tries to make a difference, Pastor Lee Jong-rak. Find out how in this amazing, inspiring documentary. Just head over to ChristianCinema.com/redeem and type in the promo code DROP15 to get 15% off the purchase of the film. All right, that's all I have to say for this episode. Be sure to come back later on this week to see my review of Samson after I see it. And of course, hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest news surrounding faith and film. I'm Kevin. Have a great week.